There are nights when it feels like the world has forgotten you. You sit there, scrolling through old messages, hoping someone might remember. But no one does. And in those moments you start to wonder, does God still see me? Or have I just faded into the background of his story? If you've ever felt that, this message is for you. There was a time I felt completely alone. People were around me, smiling, talking, moving through life. But somehow, I felt invisible. I remember sitting in a crowded cafe and realizing no one would even notice if I left. That moment, it sank deep. I started praying, but it felt like my prayers bounced off the ceiling. I kept asking God, "Where are you?" And all I heard was silence. But that silence, over time, began to teach me something. It wasn't emptiness, it was invitation. And then one morning I opened my Bible and read this verse. "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." Deuteronomy 31:8. That verse didn't feel like a sermon. It felt like a whisper. Like God sat down beside me and said, "I'm still here." Notice how it says, "The Lord himself goes before you." That means he's already walked the path you're afraid to take. You're not behind. You're just being led. And then it says, he will never leave you. Never means never. Not when you're strong, not when you're breaking, not when you feel like no one's checking in. Sometimes God doesn't speak because he's walking. And if you stop talking long enough, you might hear the sound of his footsteps right beside yours. That's what he's doing right now. You may not feel him, but he's been holding your next breath the whole time. I realized loneliness wasn't punishment. It was preparation. God was teaching me how to sit in the quiet, so I could recognize his voice when it finally came. And maybe that's what he's doing for you too. Not ignoring you, but inviting you into deeper awareness of his nearness. Because loneliness loses its power when you start to believe that you are never truly alone. There's this strange thing about loneliness. It makes you search for voices, but God uses it to bring you back to his. So if you're in that silent season right now, don't rush to fill it. Don't drown it in noise. Sit with it. Listen. Because that silence you're afraid of might be the space where God's preparing your next direction. He hasn't forgotten you. He hasn't abandoned you. He's just leading you somewhere you can't see yet. So breathe, lift your eyes, and whisper this truth to yourself. God is still with me. Father, for the one listening right now, the one who feels forgotten, the one sitting in silence, remind them, you're still near. Let them feel your presence. Even when words fall short, let the quiet become holy. Let the loneliness turn into listening. Because you promised, you go before us, and you never leave. Never.